Welcome, traveler. You have entered the realm of adventure. Prepare yourself for tales from beyond the dice.
Welcome back. We play role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and more. Let's get to the adventure. I'm Luke, your DM, and your players are...
Ben, I play Cortaine. That's my intro for today.
Peter, I'm playing Spigs and Denser. Am I still at the door? You guys alright?
Hey, it's Trav. I play Little Moss, and I play him very well.
And I'm Levi. I'll be playing Lokag, and I'm keen to crack some shoulders, break some knuckles, and none of them will be mine.
Good. Alright, so can all of you roll a d20 for me, and the lowest outcome will recount what happened previously on Beyond the Dice.
Moss 7.
13.
Oh.
17.
I rolled a 2.
Alright.
Luckily it wasn't a critical fail. I don't know what happens there.
A critical fail means you do it anyway.
Yes. So basically I rolled
Yeah, basically. Alright, sir, what happened previously?
Previously, last time, episode, we went to rock up to try and find that drone. There's a drone thing. Get some info for our mission/quest. And yeah, Spigs was watching out. The guys ran around the backside. There was some stealthing involved. Obviously, Little Moss with his black turtleneck succeeded at that. The guys failed at opening the door for a while. I had to get a hacker to open it for them. And now we find out we're in a boss fight. Well, not a boss fight, but we're now battling away while Spigs is not even anywhere near the scene.
Alright, you are all inside Calico Xpress. This laundry service, dry cleaning and such. You've snuck around the back, like Peter said, and Lokag has kicked in the door, walked a few steps into the building and noticed all of these Yuntang syndicate members all standing around the room pointing weapons, and that is where we concluded the previous episode. So what I'll get each of you to do, and that's including Spigs, who's not yet here. You did go to the front though, didn't you? Yeah, I believe you went and talked to a man who was walking out the front of the building.
Yeah, I was about to shoot him.
No, that wasn't me. I think I was still spotting out on that ledge. I hadn't made it to the door yet, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Someone else did. Somebody jumped down the building and then ran to the front and almost killed the dwarf, but then realised he was just a normal citizen. So what we'll do, you'll still roll initiative for me as well.
Cool beans.
Because I had an initiative for you guys last time, but that was just for your sort of staking the situation out in the streets. So I'll get you all to roll again. So, can we go roll with Cortaine, Little Moss, Spigs, and then Lokag?
Certainly. Cortaine with a 9.
Little Moss.
Oh no, plus, okay, so 18 for Trav.
For Trav or Little Moss?
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Man, I'm so good at method acting. We're basically the same person.
You do not know karate, and you also do not have green skin.
Alright, but on all of the key things that matter... Alright, Moss...
Also, you're not a new Ettica.
Moss 18.
18, okay. Yes, sweet. Spigs.
Moss, not Little Moss.
17 for Spigston.
I got a 17 too.
Oh, who's got the highest dex?
I'm +2.
I'm +2.
Okay. 17 and 17. So basically, when it comes to your guys' turns, you can do combo moves, or you can just decide amongst yourself who's going to do when what.
Combo moves?
Yeah.
Did we unlock a new ability?
Yeah, if you flavour some stuff, I'll let you guys do combo moves. You know, like the whole fastball special from X-Men comics. If you're going to do that, you can do that shit. Hell yeah.
just roll Spigs into somebody else.
What is the fastball special? Sounds like Colossus and Wolverine.
It is exactly that.
Nice.
It's when Colossus throws Wolverine. It's fantastic. With all the initiative crap out of the way, we begin with the Yuntong. It's a woman with this dyed silver hair. She has a singular glowing eye, and in the strands of her hair there is also like a neon purpley blue glow in them. She points a rifle towards you, assault rifle towards you guys, or towards Lokag, because he's the only one in the building as of yet. Cool. That will be a 12 versus AC as she lifts up this carbine assault rifle. Her eye that's glowing, that purpley blue color, turns red, and she fires. Does it hit, sir?
My muscular pecs deflect all the bullets and take 0 damage. No, misses.
All right. So she fires. You hear the bullets slamming into the crate and the wall behind you. You hear some little ricocheting sounds. And after that, we have one in front of you with half of his cybernetic face is like this golden plated skull type of cybernetic. And he points 2 pistols towards you. He also begins to fire, but as he's firing, he's going to move behind these grey shelves that are maybe 15 feet to your right. Because he's going to be sort of moving or attacking and then moving, attacking, shooting at the same time. He's going to roll disadvantage against you, sir. First one will be a 14, and the second hit will be an 8.
14 misses.
Okay, so he fires. You do you have your shield with you?
It's on my back, as is my warhammer.
All right. So as you run charging through the door, you see the bullets fly across from the other side of the room, and you see this guy with the golden skull, 2 pistols pointed out. He fires them. They bounce off as you're looking sort of to your left, towards the first lot of gunfire. They bounce off your shield. You look over your shoulder, and you see this guy with the gold skull duck behind some cover. Next off, we will have Little Moss. So you, sir, are basically outside near that red truck with all the laundry in it. And you can move through your friends if you wish, but it's your turn, sir.
Right. I bust into the door as I hear the gunfire.
Yep.
I dart behind the shelf.
Nice.
And then what I want to do is I want to run up and climb up onto it and kick it forward myself on the top shelf and try and slam it into the next shelf and then have it crush Gold Skull.
All right, nice. Okay, so I'll get you to roll athletics for that. Also, I'm going to roll a D100. Do you want odds or evens for favorable? Oh man, I can't even speak, dude.
Odds.
Sorry?
Odds.
Odds? Okay. 91. So what was your athletics?
14.
14. Okay. So you run, you jump up, and you're pretty big, you're muscular, so your weight crashes into this metal shelf with all of these chemicals and all this sort of stuff packed on there. And you crash into it with a grace. This huge figure, Lokag, not huge compared to you, but compared to the other people in the room besides you, it's got this grace that leaps past, pushing against the shelf. It domino effects into the next one, and it crashes down onto Gold Skull. And let's just see.
Mechanic-wise, Trav, does this break that shadowed stealthness that you had?
Good question.
Yeah, you had silence on.
Silence, that's right. I'm going to say that the concentration was broken when I heard the gunfire, so it's no longer in effect.
You see him put his cybernetic arm up, and it looks like the styling, the plating on his cybernetic arm, this gold plating, is sort of designed to look like there are snakes wrapping around his arm until it gets to his hand. And he's holding some of the shelf up, but you see a big piece of that shelf sort of slashed across his forehead, and he's bleeding from it. And he looks through the crushed shelf into your eyes, and he says, "You're gonna pay for that, kid."
Can I use a flurry of blows to come down with like a wrestling style elbow into his face?
Now he has got a lot of cover now that there are 2 lots of shelves on top of him, so you can certainly try. The DC will be higher.
I might flavour it then as like stepping onto his skull in order to continue the attack with Cyberjaw.
You want to like jump across to him?
Yeah, like use his face as like a lily pad, you know?
All right.
Do you have like a sweet catchphrase? Like, enjoy that top shelf.
Ooh. He obviously doesn't, otherwise he would have said it. Ben, you forgot to send him your email of all the catchphrases before he started.
I apologize.
Well, it's not like we have like future comms or anything where you could just tell me. You're so shellfish.
Oh, shit.
Nice. It's true. I should have just sent it to you. I apologize. I apologize.
All right.
Okay, lily pad face.
Okay, so you got a 14 to jump up there. Roll another, roll acrobatics to see if you leap off at the last moment to get towards Cyberjaw.
16 for acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, nice. You leap down close to Cyberjaw, who's this large human. His whole skin looks like it's been tattooed to look like snake scales, and he has this yellowy green color hue to this tattoo, and his jaw is this blackish grey cybernetic jaw with sharp teeth down the bottom, and across his his cheekbones there are like these mechanical scale protrusions sticking out. What do you do when you get there?
I'm gonna go for the protrusions, like just a straight running punch in the face.
All right.
With flurry of blows,
Yep.
So I'm going to go for 2 attacks.
Nice.
So that's a 12 to hit.
A 12 to hit the Cyberjaw guy. That's
I feel I know the answer.
hits.
Oh, what? He's a minion. Yes.
You do see that he's just wearing like a singlet and like large baggy cargo pants. So he's not wearing any body armor or anything, this fellow. So roll your damage, sir.
Roll my damage. Okay. 12 for the first. Ooh. 24 for the 2 hits.
Ooh, nice. So your hands move in a blur, and if they weren't shrouded in a black turtleneck, this brand new black turtleneck that Lokag bought you, everyone would be amazed at how quick your hands move, moving around his face and his body, slamming into him multiple times. Those protrusions sticking out of sort of his cheekbones, they split up towards his eye as you push them into his skull.
Oh,
Oh.
Is that the end of your turn, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can try and get some kind of cover from the others, like behind Cyberjaw, but yeah, otherwise I'm good.
You can try and what? Sorry, it cut out.
Get some cover behind him, like, I presume, is it a box or a desk or something like that?
That is a large, what looks like a dryer of some sort.
Okay. Try and get on the other side of him, like behind the dryer, just for some cover.
There?
Yeah.
As you're punching him and kicking him, landing all these strikes and hits, you spin around him to the opposite side, almost using him like a meat shield from the others in the room that have weapons. Next, we have Spigston. Roll a perception check for me.
Alrighty. Not very good. It's probably... That is 8. The perception.
I believe somebody did call across the communicator that there were dudes in the back. So you would know that much. But otherwise, you don't hear any ruckus or anything. You're waiting across the street on top of the roof with your new lead belcher ready and aimed.
I heard the guys start over comms talk about fight or they're shooting or anything.
What did you say, Lokag? You said something after your turn?
Kicking the door. Oh, I think I totally muffed up my performance roll, and so
yeah,
and then the door just opened.
So yeah, I don't think anybody has actually said like Spigs get down here or anything at the moment. Also, they haven't like the comms are not open to you. Like they're not open all the time. They have to actually.
Yeah. And I didn't hear any ruckus from the back.
Yeah, correct, because your perception was low.
Shit. Well, I guess Spigs just hangs out the front. He's like observing. I just want to have a check of just reimagine the frontage of that building. Like it's got like glass windows and like a door.
Alright, I just moved everyone back. Basically,
Calico Xpress Drycleaners. What's the frontage of the thing? Just get me ready for.
Hey Ben, drawing a weapon.
Yeah.
That's one of my free actions.
Yes.
And then I'll get a move and attack action, right?
Yeah.
But you have if you're changing weapons, so just say you pull free your hammer, but then just say you want to change to a shotgun. That means that will take a bonus action or an action depending on where it is. If it's on your person, bonus action. If it's in your bag and you need to go and get it, that's a full action to change weapons altogether.
Unless you're Spigston.
Cool. All right, so Spigs here. If you can see it in the blue, there are those these large sort of metal pillars holding up a small, I should say, like a small veranda.
Canopy?
The whole front of the shop is glass, and then there are these 2 sliding doors that open up like you'd see at a supermarket or whatever. What you can see from this vantage point inside is some couches off to the right, and what looks like a desk or a counter or something to the left, and running basically the whole length of the front of the dry cleaners.
Cool. Oh, okay. Also, a turn is only like 6 seconds, isn't it?
Correct.
Shit, so I can't even cast alarm. I was just thinking of possibly casting that. That's cast time is a minute.
Yeah, it's a ritual, so you set up like a magical or a barrier of some sort.
Unless I pre infused magic or something.
Say that again.
Unless I infused it into, I use infused magic.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Yeah, if I did, I could have done that. It's okay. I think Spigs would just keep an eye out. Like he hasn't been told anything. Maybe he just goes, like, sends a message in, I don't know, like
in team chat.
In team chat, he's just like, he just voiceover, but like it doesn't. Oh, they're going stealthy though. Would you want to? What's the normal setup for? If he just says it to them like quietly, it's going to be very loud. in their voice?
No, it'll usually be
Channel?
in their helmet or their little earpiece. Because you're Mercs, you've got stuff that's designed to only speak to your team unless there's a hacker actively out there trying to hack into your...
Yeah, so it won't. If he speaks, it won't be like, you know, when they're like on the radio and it's like, to be quiet, and then
Oh no, it's not like a police radio. It goes... Bloop, 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 bloop. Like none of that shit. It's like directly in their earpiece or helmet.
yeah, and it doesn't echo out. So Spigs will go, you guys, anything all good back there? And that'll be his turn.
All right. So let's move back to our Calico Express.
Can we only? So he asks that
Oh,
question.
that's true. Like, can they talk back in the other way to their turn, or can they talk back as free action?
Free action, but you can't have a full conversation. So somebody or everyone can reply to that. But if you want to initiate something else, it should be on your turn. Talk is free, but just remember, it's within 6 seconds.
Yes, we're under attack.
All right, Spigs knows they're under attack now. Okay, is there that those columns holding up the canopy? Spigs would like to, whether you allow it, to activate, which he hasn't used forever. I don't think he's used it ever at all. His snake mechanical rope
All right.
minions.
What's
He'll.
the length of it?
Now you want me to have to find
Yeah.
it. That's the question. I think they're the like same length as a normal like rope. So what that is, but I'm just guessing. Sorry, let's take a second to look through because it's one of the things he makes or just mentions. It's rope of climbing. It's what it actually is.
Okay. 60-foot length. It can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end of the rope to move towards a destination you choose. The end of the rope moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet each turn until it reaches its destination, until it's up to its maximum length away. You can tell it to fasten itself.
So like it goes like 10. So it goes like every turn goes 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's
maximum.
basically like a normal coil of rope until you command it.
Yeah.
So you can like throw it out as far as you can, then command it, and then get it to move.
A bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. What I was thinking of doing, which whether or not it's allowable, is Spigs will like to use it to connect to those pillars, and then be able to like zip line down and smash through the front glass.
Okay, so roll a dexterity check to see how easy you can throw the rope towards the destination that you want it to be at.
So I rolled a 19 plus 2, so 21.
Hell yeah! So you throw the rope, and just as it hits the pillar, you call a command, and it wraps around the rope. Around the column. This metal.
Can I make it?
Yeah.
So can we make the ends like
magnetic?
Sort of like, I don't know, magnetic, but more like they can like attach, drill, anchor in or something.
And it says it has to. It can fasten itself securely to an object. So maybe like magnetic or possibly drill, because like drilling is fastening.
Okay, yeah, because like
to knot or unknot itself. It has to tie itself. So I'll allow it to have a device which it means it can connect to itself.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe it goes around and then connects.
Yep. It clamps.
Cool.
All right. And you want to swing in?
Yeah, like zip line, jump off, smash through the window, whatever.
All right. So zip lining across there. will be fairly easy. So you attach the other side of the rope to, just a random railing that's in front of you, and you zip line down. If you want to jump through the window, I'll get you to roll an acrobatics for me to see if you land properly. Carefully.
Maybe we make it a swing so they still got they can detach it.
You want to try and swing down?
Yep.
All right.
So what, you want to roll? Acrobatics?
Yep.
I rolled a crit.
Okay. So, you climb up onto the railing, a bit uneasy on the feet, and you launch off holding onto your mechanical rope. You swing down past the pillar, and your mechanical feet going first, you smash through the front of Calico Express, sending glass shattering across the floor. You hear the yelps and screams of two people, and then as you enter through the glass, landing on the ground, sliding your mechanical feet, breaking the tiled floor, the white, sort of dirty tiled floor, sliding through the window, you hit the front desk. And behind you, all of these shutters slide down over all of the front windows. An alarm goes off. The old man behind the counter, he is an old elven man, bald. He has sort of like an orange sort of jumpsuit on. He looks across and he's yelling in elven at you, and there is maybe a teenage girl behind the counter. She has purpley blue dyed hair. All of these neon sort of tattoos. And she's like, "What are you doing?"
Get out of here or you'll be in collateral damage.
Alright, it is back to the other fellow's turns, which will be
Lokag.
Lokag.
So just for half a heartbeat, Lokag looks at Mr. Venomglow and points and stares him down. What does Venomglow look like?
Venomglow has leather jacket with a really high collar that comes up to about his ears. The inside of it has all of these LED lights that are sort of pixel glowing from one side to the other, this green color. He also has these glasses which just looks like a piece of acrylic that go across his eyes. They are also glowing green. And he has these lines running down his face. They're glowing the same green. He is holding
it doesn't matter now.
Shotgun.
I don't care about his green colour. So Lokag strides forward towards Venomglow. He reaches behind his shoulder and grabs out his warhammer. And as he's doing so, the augment on his back starts to hiss and bubbles shoot through it.
Yep.
The green
nice.
brightens to a obnoxiously fluoro colour. And Lokag says,
"That's my color."
and he goes to swing his warhammer with two hands at Mr. Venomglow.
All right. Now, your tattoos, are they pulsating?
Yes, with the same high green fluoro color as the augment.
All right. And you guys, or actually, who would see? Maybe Little Moss. You see Lokag walk across the room, and he visually looks like he's getting bigger and musclier as all of his tattoos and the tubes and the canisters on his back are glow green. He looks like he's just getting jacked in front of you.
Whoa, he's starting to grow cag.
Yeah.
All right, swing your attack, sir.
All right, so as a barbarian, I get 2 attacks. The first one is 18. Oh, no. Yeah, 18.
18 against the Venom Boy. Yes, that hits.
That does 15 damage. Bludgeoning if it matters.
Bludgeoning damage. Nice. Okay.
And
You slam him once. Can you see that blue thing on his left? That's
Yes.
those racking that they have in dry cleaners, where all of the garments are sort of on there and they move around in a rotation. He slams into some of the garments as you lift for your second strike.
The second stride is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, same damage, 15.
You slam down into him. He hits the floor. His cybernetic arm that he lifted to block it, holding the shotgun, it just shatters apart, and he's screaming as this fluoro green fluid is sort of spraying all over the floor. And he looks up to you through his acrylic glowing glasses, and there is fear in his eyes.
I wore it better.
All right, next is... Yes, snake face tattoo guy. So this elf with this coif of black hair and that Death Adder tattoo that they have. The open mouth is around his eye, and the tattoo is glowing this blue color. He will run up to you, Lokag, pulling free 2 scimitars from his belt, and he will attack. That there is a 19 versus AC for the first hit.
Hits it.
So, 4 slashing damage and 4 poison damage. As he slashes you, these green, the blades of the scimitar glow green as he slashes into you, and you feel this sizzling on your skin. Second attack rolled off the table. Second attack is a 21 versus AC.
Yeah.
That will be 4 slashing again, and 3 poison damage as he slashes with his second scimitar.
As he slashes into me, it appears that my tattoos seem to make the blows just that little bit more shallow than you would think they are, because due to my rage, I get to ignore half of all damage except for psychic and ballistic.
Nice. As he slashes into you with these fancy strikes, he looks at the tiny little lines that he's made on your skin, and then he looks down at his blades, sort of surprised. Next will be someone else. Cool. And then we have Red Jacket. So this elven woman runs behind some shelves. Where are we? Here we go. Moves to here, climbs up on some crates, and is going to fire at you with her assault rifle. Lokag, because you're the biggest one in the room right now.
I'm always the biggest.
That is true. Until you're not. That's a 19 versus AC.
Yep.
Oh shit. That's 23 ballistic damage.
Ouch.
She points this assault rifle at you. These 3 these 3 green dots appear on sort of your back of your head. As this guy comes and slashes at you, you move around, she fires, and you feel these bullets slam into your side and shoulder. She then reloads the magazine. That is the end of her turn. We then have Cortaine.
About time. So, Cortaine will draw his sword, move into the room, and activate his shield on his left arm.
Yep.
So, running to the room, Lokag just got shot up quite a lot by Red Jacket.
Yep.
I don't know if that's true. Okay, Cortaine will just run straight to his left, so coming into the room, hitting a few boxes and stuff, and then running straight towards the machine gun armed Red Jacket, who's right near some. These are like conveyor belts for dry cleaning. Is that correct?
So those boxes, first off, you'll have to make an athletics check to try and leap over them because some of them are about 4 or 5 foot tall.
Nice. That is a 24.
You clear them easily. You charge across the room towards Red Jacket. She looks down. She goes to turn her assault rifle towards you. And all of those things behind her are more shelving units.
Shelving units. Okay, cool. So, I will swing at her with the sword. First attack. That will be 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice. Get my d10s. 1. It's 2. So in total, 16 slashing damage and 4 fire damage as my orange hot sword just cleaves into her.
I went in a weird direction.
It was 16 slashing and 4 fire. What? What do you mean? What do you mean, Trev?
You like hot orange sword? Never mind.
My pulsating weapon. Is it one of those novels?
He's been reading a lot of fan fiction online in the dark places of the web, Travis.
Talking about Cortaine and his
I'm on holidays, alright?
robbing sword.
Alright, she's not dead yet.
Okay,
But
then I will.
She has some cuts on her. She's sizzling from the power of your sword, your energy sword.
the force of my weapon.
Yep.
Okay, I'll attack again. That is even better. That is a 27 versus AC. Roll.
That will definitely hit.
So 6 fire damage, and this time only 8 slashing damage.
Okay, she does not look good. There is a lot of blood coming out of her. One of her arms is completely limp. She's still holding the assault rifle, and it is Cyberjaw's turn. He's going to turn towards you, Little Moss. You see a charge of green energy in his hand, and he will throw his hand forward. You need to make a Constitution saving throw for me, sir.
Con save, eh? Um, 14.
14? Okay, let's see here. You succeed. So you duck as this spray of this green energy arcs overhead, and he looks down at you angry, and he goes to make another attack, but he cannot. It is now the Venom Glow Gentleman's turn, and he is going to try and fire his shotgun at you. His arm is basically shattered. Let's see. Okay. He lifts his arm with his other hand, with his other arm, and he pulls the trigger with his just functioning cybernetic hand, and that will be it's going to be a 13. It's not going to hit, is it?
Nah.
Okay. The shotgun goes off in the air, nowhere near you. That's the end of his turn. And Spigs, you see this guy appear around the corner from behind the desk, pointing weapons at you. He fires. That will be a 16 versus AC.
What is the weapon that he's aiming at? Spigs?
A submachine gun.
Ooh. What did you say? 16.
Yep.
That Spigs behind that counter. The bullets fly past and miss.
They spray up the metal shuttered gates behind you, and you hear him yell out,
"There's another one over here."
and we will go to last one, all the way back to the top. We have the silver hair glow. She throws down, or doesn't throw down, but she drops her assault rifle. It catches on a tether that's hanging from her armor, and she runs up to you, Cortaine.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please make a... Oh, actually, I'll need Lokag and Cortaine to make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
17.
Oh, 22 and 17. Okay, cool. So, this huge shockwave ripples out of her as her arms transform from just humanoid cybernetic hands into longer snake-like appendages with cybernetic snake heads on the end. Out of them comes this crackling boom and shockwave. You guys, Cortaine, you have seen this before. Gage did it a long time ago. You feel the energy in the air, both of you, and so you prepare yourself for it. Red Jacket does not. She is hit by this shockwave, slams against the wall where you hear this sickening crack, and she falls to the ground unmoving. Snake Face, he also takes this damage. Okay, he's not looking too good either. As it pushes him, you see some of the cybernetics on his body start to flicker and shake when the boom goes off. And Silver Hair Glow does not do anything after that. It is Gold Skull's turn. He crawls out from underneath the shelving, looking around, trying to find Little Moss. So you can't see Little Moss, so he is going to move to here. Nope, here, next to the container. And he's going to make 2 shots with his pistols. One aimed at Cortaine, one aimed at Lokag. So, first shot, Cortaine. Mm-hmm. Misses completely.
Nice.
As he points his gun, goes to fire, that shockwave emanates out, pushes the crates. One falls, a small crate, and he blasts that into 1,000 pieces of tiny bits of wood. His second shot, aiming for Lokag. Same thing, he misses, but basically what happens is he fires one of the garments of this racking that's to your right, sort of flicks up from the shockwave, and they absorb the bullets. He fails completely. Little Moss, it is your turn. Cyberjaw is there in front of you, facing you. He has just done that power attack in front of you, where that green energy is still dissipating in the air like a fine mist.
I am hoping to open the dryer door, grab Cyberjaw's head, and then shove his head into the dryer, and then start to repeatedly close the door on his head.
Oh, that is brutal.
All right. Roll a strength for me.
Oh, look, all I can imagine is that scene in like season 1 of Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
The
Strength.
car door. Oh,
Yep. Strength, sir. Yep.
no.
15.
Oh,
15. Oh. I rolled a 14. So you basically grapple him, push his head into the thing, and you start hitting his head with the door. I would like you to roll a d20 for me and add your strength modifier to it. 'Cause it's improvised.
18.
18. Roll 3d4 for me. Because this is a industrial dryer. The door on this is huge and heavy. And
mate.
even though there's a rubber seal on it, yeah, it's not nice.
7.
He's not looking good. His arms are on the outside of the dryer trying to push his way out. But you're constantly just slamming his head with the door.
Does everyone in the room need to take like a sanity check or?
No one can see it. No, remember the gold skull couldn't even see where he was. So
that's true.
all they hear is like a thumping sound.
And eventually it becomes a squelching sound.
I'm just doing my washing.
Has anyone got a quarter?
All right, is that the end of your turn, sir?
I think I've done enough.
All right. Next is Lokag.
And that's what they'll say at the trial.
Again, with my Warhammer in 2 hands, I'm going to smack Venom Glow.
All right.
Like
I'm
on
going
the
to try.
like on-
13 to hit.
like on the bum or
Well, we'll see.
13 to hit, Venom Glow. Yes, you hit. You raise your makeshift hammer because it's just a huge piece of cement on the end of a pole that it looks like you've torn it from the ground, and you swing it down upon him. Roll your damage.
Has it got a stop sign on it?
Not this one, no. 10 damage.
Aberrant.
Yeah.
10 damage?
Yep.
With a sickening thud, a squelch, and a resounding crack in the room, you lift up your hammer and you see just a mess of where a head used to be. And it looks kind of Christmassy because you've got the green glow from his cybernetics and then a lot of blood.
Oh, no.
The red and green of Christmas is covering this man as he bleeds out to death on the floor.
There is too much use of the word sickening in this battle. Just rehab's changed you, Trav.
All right, Lokag, can
with
you attack again?
With my Christmas hammer, I'm going to hit Snake Face.
All right. So you turn to the snake face guy. He's got that Death Adder tattoo on the side of his face. His perfectly coiffed hair is sort of slightly moving as he reels back in horror.
What does that word mean? Quaffed. I think I can get it from context, but
Google it.
I don't know.
It's the hairstyle, or it's like drinking
it's a
where you
hairstyle.
spill everything.
Is it? Okay, fine. I'll look it up.
Google it. All right. I do a sideways glance at the gore on my hammer, and I give Snakeface a brief nod before I swing, getting a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, okay. I get it. Because now there are pictures. Yeah, okay.
Brought to you by Quaff.com.
quaffed your way.
So
If
23
you
to
head
hit.
on over to Quaff.com and use the
Promo
code called Beyond the Price, you'll get a 10% discount on Quaffs. Sorry, Lokag.
Now I got to Google them.
I don't know if there is a Quaff.com. They didn't sponsor us, so fuck them. How much damage, Lokag?
13 damage.
13 damage to our face boy over there. All right.
boy.
So you slam him with the huge cement piece of your hammer. He stumbles to the ground. He catches himself, dropping one of his scimitars, looking up at you. And it is then his turn. He shall try and stab you with his scimitar. He misses completely. He will then just attempt to slash again. And he misses completely with a 1. He drops his second scimitar as he goes to stab out. His shaking hand loses grip It clangs to the floor and the glow goes out. It is this gentleman's turn.
Which gentleman?
This one.
The one he's talking about.
So, screaming, running around the corner, Spigs. There is a Yuntung. He's got the Death Adder tattoos and stuff all over his body. He's got these ocular implants that look like night vision goggles, but just sticking out of his eye sockets. They sort of come out like camera lenses as he jumps over the desk. Now, he's got cybernetic arms, and where his abs would be, there is also like a protective plating over his stomach. He's got a lot of cuts and scars over his body. One of his arms, as he jumps over, it flicks up from his elbow, spins out, and becomes a blade arm, kind of like a what would you call it? What are they? Kind of like a scythe-like protrusion, like an insect. He jumps out and he slashes at you while he's screaming in Elven. So,
Do you speak Elven, Spigs?
That's a good question. Very good question. Let's have
alright. The first hit is a 19 versus AC.
Oh, that way. Sure.
And the second hit is a 17 versus AC.
Both ways.
Alright. So, the first slash... Oop, that's the wrong die.
No, I can't. Spigs only knows Dwarven and Common.
7 slashing damage. Oop. 7 slashing damage and 1 poison damage. The second attack is 6 slashing damage and 5 poison damage. As when he slashes at you with this scythe-like augment that's come out of his cybernetic arm, the tip of it, the edge of it, also glows this bright green. And that will be the end of his turn. Next we have... She's kaput. Red jacket. I forgot to drop that.
Oh, so when you mentioned she's not looking good, that was like her. She was dead.
Yeah, there was a thud and a cracking sound, and she fell to the ground unmoving. So next is your turn, sir, Cortaine.
Wonderful. So,
Did Spigs have a turn?
No, sorry. You were supposed to go after Lokag that time.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Alright, well, let's say Blade Arm's just too fast. Too furious. Alright.
Yes.
Spigs. Spigs caught out to the two behind the counter. Have they done anything, or are they carrying behind?
The old man has crouched down behind the counter, and so has the teenage girl. She's as you yelled out, and then gunshots and blade people and stuff. They both ducked down.
They made no attempt to leave, so it's on their heads.
oh shit.
All right, Spigs. Okay, how does cone work? Like firing a cone. Not like
a cone?
Not like drugs, but as in a cone blast.
It would work from your point of origin, diagonally out. So usually from here, it would go to say
okay,
there.
So
and
directly
there.
in front, a position, and then diagonal. So I can't just hit the guy blade arms is directly on the right of me, and also get fangs, which is in front. So I can't hit both side on and front. Just to give clarity to our listeners. All right.
They can't see that. No.
Also, opening fire. Oh, so first of all, I'll tell you how to do it in a second. But first, if Blade Arms is right next to me.
Yep.
Does he, like if I shoot him, does he get like, I don't know, something? Or do I lose something for him being adjacent to me?
A gun, you just pull the trigger. There's no drawback. It's like pew pew.
There's like a ranged attack.
A ranged attack. If there is someone within 5 feet of you,
yep.
It has disadvantage because you have to take the time to aim and fire, or if you're not going to aim, that means you take disadvantage.
So either way, a disadvantage on blade arms if I take it.
Yes, if you fire at anyone with them in combat.
Okay. Probably gonna do 2 anyway. But
There are some mods for your lead belcher in your class that remove that.
I remember. So first, this is the first time I think Spigs has used the lead belcher.
Besides, like practice dummies that are little moss shaped.
But not on his new. So first of all, he has the ability quick draw. So without an action. So I imagine. So first of all, he's got his, let's say his mechanical hand where it was he lost his hand, so he got his hand replaced.
Yep.
He's built the lead vulture to, so he activates in his, I guess, cybernetics, right? An ability that basically flips over, like it's like a mechanical, so it's sort of like a mechanical arm leans over, puts into position over his hand, which slots in his lead vulture, all in one perfect flow.
Like from his back?
Yeah, so it's like it's in his back, like you know, stowed in his like backpack or in the back of him on his shoulder, and then it just the lead vulture flips forward, rotates, and then locks into position with his hand. So his hand goes.
Nice. So when you want it, you just put your hand up and it puts the gun in there.
Pretty much.
So just to clarify, because I couldn't remember, which chassis did you choose for your lead belcher?
So
the scattershot,
scattershot. So just
the hand cannon or the long shot?
Scattershot.
Okay, cool.
He has the scattershot chassis for the lead vulture he built. So that's quick draw. So that's a free action, and then he will load in this yellow sparking bullet into the chamber, or a few of them anyway. So that's already loaded up, and he will open fire, dealing. So this is the lightning shots, and so that he'll just fire like his. I don't know how you want to do it because I think blade arm was meant to be beforehand. Do you want him running at me, so maybe I can get some shots in, or was he not there?
I will remove the. I'll remove the disadvantage because we messed up.
Okay.
We'll say that you'd get the shots off while he's charging at you.
Cool. And then he comes in and slashes at him. All right. So elemental chamber. I fire lightning, and let's fire the lead vulture, which is that's 5. All right. So this is the first shot. That's only 11 versus AC.
And that will miss.
Yep. And then he'll attack. He has a happy trigger, so he's actually supercharged up his lead vulture. So it's got a turbocharger in it. I don't know how that works in terms of, but it fires twice and he attacks again.
So just as Spigs, as he pulls the trigger, it zooms in on the actual trigger, and on the metal there's like a little smiley face carved into it. With a ×2 on there, and you click it and it fire any.
Yeah, pretty much.
It does one of those. What's it like? What's that director called? Who makes all those movies with those quick cut zoom shots?
Tarantino.
Nah. He was gonna do Ant-Man. Anyway. Oh, Edgar Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So make your second shot, sir.
So that's a 20 ghetto crit.
Oh, nice.
Alright, now let's deal some damage. There's another one. Okay, so the normal damage, which would be ballistic, I believe, or piercing or whatever. That will be 9 piercing damage, plus additional 5 lightning damage.
So you fire these bullets into him, they crackle with energy. He falters a bit, and then he slashes you a couple times.
Yep. And after he slashes at me, Spigs reels back a bit. And as a bonus action, he quickly activates... I want to know if I put this forward, but... maybe it makes less sense, but I was thinking of... He activates those little drones that make those shields. Can he make, like, a gun turret shield? So he goes around the lead vulture, but, like, more towards, obviously, Spig's side. So then he's got, like, a protective shield where he's facing. That makes sense?
There is a mod for that specifically in the thing as well. So whatever your Shield of Faith is pertains to, like, that you follow those rules for that spell. But there is a shield for your gun that you may be able to get later, or now. I'm not sure what level it is, so I'd have to double check. I can't remember. I think it's one of the last ones.
Yeah, but so I can't do it on the gun. I just have to do it myself.
What does it do?
Shield of Faith, 1 bonus action, range 60 feet, concentration up to 10 minutes. I have these components, so I don't know if you want to enforce that or not. Shimmering field appears surrounding a creature of your choice within range, granting it +2 bonus to AC for the duration.
There you go. It covers you, but not your gun, because your gun is not a creature.
Alright. So Spigs is shielded up. He plants it on himself, and this field goes around his entire body. +2 to AC.
Nice.
Bonus. That is all.
All right. And we will go to Cortaine.
Nice. Okay, so there is someone in front of me. The name Silver Hair Glow.
Yes.
Nice. Cortaine will attack Silver Hair Glow. First attack, only 11 versus AC.
That will miss.
Unfortunate. The second one, 14 versus AC.
That, sir, will hit.
Yes! Good, it would have been embarrassing if both missed. Okay, so 5 fire damage and 8 slashing damage.
Okay, where are you, Silver Hair? So, as you attack first, her snake-like cybernetic appendage slaps your sword aside, and then you come across quickly the opposite direction, slashing her up the torso. She stumbles back, smiling at you, and she simply just shakes her head.
It's quite rude, but I can respect that. That is Cortaine's turn.
Alright, Cyberjaw is going to attempt to break free of Little Moss's grasp.
Little Moss just slamming his head repeatedly.
He got a crit. So at you basically go to slam the door again, and you close it, and it's got this nice sounding click. And then you look back at the door, and he's not there anymore. He's on the ground, and he's going to attempt to trip you up. That, sir, is a 17 versus AC.
Does not hit.
Alright. Basically, he goes to swipe your feet, and you launch over them, and then he will just simply pull free a knife, combat knife, and try and stab you with it with his second attack. And that one will be 18 versus AC.
It meets it, it beats it, baby.
Okay. 4 slashing damage. And 2 poison damage as he slashes at you. The edge of the blade glows green, and he does one of those cool, like, spinning things with this butterfly knife that he has. And he is in a low stance. That is the end of his turn. This gentleman, he's going to move here behind the desk. He will point his submachine gun at you, Spigston, the gentleman who's just simply named Fangs. As he gets closer, you see this elf with sort of dyed grey hair. He's got like a tattoo on his forehead between his just above his eyebrows, above his nose bridge area, and as he's yelling, firing his submachine gun, you notice that he has two snake-like fangs that have been implanted in their shining silver.
What does his tattoo say? Does it
Do
say
you know
fangs?
Elven?
No, no, sorry, it's in Elven.
Yeah, it's in Elven. So, let's see if he hits you, sir. That's 17 versus AC.
Oh, lucky that bounces off his shield.
So the bullets make that cool noise as it hits like energy shields. And you see the bullets hit them. It creates a sort of honeycombing effect around the where the bullets are hit, and they just drop to the ground. That is the end of his turn. And we go back to this one here. This one runs in. She has long pink hair, this denim jacket that has these like LED panels across the sort of breasts that have elven writing sort of moving across there towards the center of her torso. She's wearing a vest, what do you call it? A ballistic vest underneath that denim vest. And she points a shotgun up and she fires, sir, at you. At you, Spigs. And I keep opening the wrong tab. So, pulling the shotgun up, firing, and yeah, no, she's cool. She can get you. That is a 19 versus AC.
Oh, that will hit.
Okay. That's quite good for you, sir. That is 6 ballistic damage, and she fires some of the spray of this shotgun, the pellets or the shrapnel that blasts from the shotgun, bypasses your shield and slams into your side.
I have a question for myself and for the listeners.
Yes.
I'm wearing makeshift land warrior armor, which has a durability of 5 to ballistic. Does that minus 5 damage every time you deal damage with ballistic damage?
Correct.
Cool beans. So that's 1 damage to Spigs.
Yep. That is the end of her turn. We head all the way up to Silverhair again. She is going to... Her arms, she spins them in a strange motion. Cortaine. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 8. I save nothing.
8. You save nothing. Okay, so... You take 10 acid damage as the arms are spinning around, the snake heads open up, and this sort of browny green liquid sprays out of it. It has this slight shining glow to it. As it hits your armor, it burns through. And she moves here. She dashes behind the boxes, but still adjacent to you. And that is the end of her turn. It will be Gold Skull. He is going to climb. No, he won't. He will attempt to climb, and he cannot do so. So he shall just move. No, he'll stay there, and he'll just continue to fire in at Lokag. So double pistol shots, Lokag. 22 versus AC and 19 versus AC.
Both are hits.
Okay. Oh, no. I dropped the dice on the side of my desk. Yes. That's not good at all. I dropped both my dice. Holy crap. And they're D4s. It's in dark, so if I stand on one, it's going to hurt. Here's one. Oh, thank you, computer. Get caught. This is the first one for me. Wonderful. Okay.
Wunderbra.
So, first attack will be 6. No, sorry, I lie. That is 4 ballistic damage from the first shot. The second shot will be 9 ballistic damage. Got 2 falls on that one.
Oof.
Pointing these 2 pistols, straight armed, akimbo. Bam, 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 bam. And that is the end of his turn. We then have Little Moss.
Okay, I sort of am pushed against the wall as I feel the searing pain of the poison.
Aye.
And I lunge, I crouch down, and then I want to uppercut him as I pounce off the floor. And I want to expend one of my charges on my Ring of the Ram, which produces a spectral ram's head that comes out of the ring as I make contact, which gives me a +7 bonus to attack. 25.
25 hits.
Okay.
How much damage?
Getting there.
Okay, cool.
9 plus 4, 13 damage, and force damage, and he's pushed 5 feet away from me.
Okay. So you get low and you launch up, uppercutting him. The ring glows and this spectral sort of blue ram head appears around your hand and you make contact. The spectral ram head hits first and then your jaw, and you see his cybernetic jaw, this blackened grey steel metal, shatter apart. You see your hand bust his teeth on the top part of his jaw. He flies backwards, landing on the ground, sprawled, arms wide open, head tilted back. He is dead. A pool of blood appearing beneath his head.
Ooh. Looks like your washing cycle is completed.
Is all washed up?
Look,
Some might say Little Moss is the
I
goat.
told you guys that we need to workshop these before the battle.
Used to be good. They're coming
Spigs.
up
All
with
washed up.
Yo.
It is your turn. Spigston
All right.
Denser.
Question. So I'm in base-to-base contact with an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
If I move, what occurs?
Okay, if you take one step backwards, he will attack you.
Okay.
If you try and move past him, he will attack you.
If I move at all, he's going to attack. Is that what? That's what
Yeah,
you're saying?
basically.
Unless I use
You can move within his range, so you can move here and you'll be fine.
Okay, so as long as I stay within his normal range, it's all good. I can use a bonus to disengage. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Which just means I can then move freely.
Actually, I believe you take an action to disengage because you carefully move to try and not take an attack from him.
Okay. I'm. Screw it. I'm fine. I will move. So currently I'm on his left, facing if up north or like straight up is the desk and the people behind the desk, just for our listeners. And then I will move, keeping within his range, but move directly below him, more towards the entrance, but still, and I'll line up a shot, which will be a cone, as I was going to do before. Cone shot. I'm just going to make sure I got 2 shots, and then... yeah, so it's a 20-foot cone. Yep. So that will hit. Is that?
It'll be like this. It'll be like this. Yeah, it's going to hit all of them, but besides Fangs.
Okay, so including the 2 hiding behind the desk and the pink-haired lady at the back, and Mr. Blade Hands. I will. Spigs will fire with a Cortaine shot with the thunder cannon. Lead belcher. Oh, sorry, no, it's not actually. I'm not actually rolling. They have to resist. They must make a DC 8 plus my Dex mod plus proficiency. So 8 Dex mod is 2, so it's 10, and proficiency? Question mark. What's the normal proficiency bonus? I found it, plus 3. So that'd be 13.
Okay, so the teenager, she got 16. All the others rolled below 14.
Okay. So all fails hit for half damage, and the rest will get hit for slam for the full damage.
Okay, so roll your damage instance, and then I'll apply it to each of them.
I assume that's including the elemental shot as well. Damage. Like I said, I have to reload. Like, assume every time I have to load in specific ammo.
For elemental.
Yeah, so he's got part of his gun, he's got elemental chamber. So he does lightning, extra 1d6, 5th level, 2d6 of elemental. So he's got lightning. So I assume it's also the lightning damage as well. When he does the cone, or is that a no go?
What is the cone? What is
it's just part of the scatter shot. You can do a blast, which is
okay. Oh yeah, no, it applies to them.
Which takes up 2 shots. So then he's now out of ammo. So, all right. Okay. So, sorry, I'm loaded ammo. So okay. So I roll the damage. All right. So that will be 11 piercing. So this is max. I'll do max damage. So this is 11 piercing. And 5 lightning damage. That's max.
Because the blade arm fellow took the brunt of the attack.
Yep.
He is quite injured. You hear a scream of pain from the old man. You see that half of his face is taken off with the blast. The girl, she screams as well.
This is the behind the desk one.
Yeah, the old man. Yep. And the teenage girl, she ducks down. You hear her scream out, and she is in pain as well. Pink hair is hit, but she's wearing that ballistic armor, so she took some of the. Well, that armor took some of the damage.
Yep.
So
I got another attack as well. Another attack.
You do, yeah, because you got Yep. Go.
Because I have a happy trigger, and so question. Where is it? Happy trigger. So I still attack twice a turn. But so
You don't have any ammo.
Yeah, mid
Right.
ammo. So he has to. Can I reload and then as a bonus and then fire the second lot? Fire the attack again?
Have you used the bonus yet? No.
Not this round. No.
Yeah, you can reload.
All right. He'll chuck in another cartridge of lightning bullets, and he will do the same thing again. He'll fire another cone straight up.
Click a magazine in, and you fire a cone again.
Yeah.
All right.
So you need to the dex save.
Pink hair succeeds. Teenager doesn't. And the blade arm boy, 16.
Yeah, that'll pass.
Does that one?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
So you. Yeah, roll your dice.
Okay.
Roll your damage again.
okay. So that's 9 piercing, and then only 2 lightning.
Your second shot just blasts a massive hole that's crackling with electrical energy through blade arm. He falls to the ground. These sort of scythe-like arms twitching, and it folds back up into his arm, and he's laying there. His green, glowing, sort of camera lens eyes go back into his head, and they turn off. Pink hair takes... She's sort of standing there, one hand on her knee, breathing heavily as she's bleeding from multiple parts of her body. The teenage girl that was screaming is no longer screaming.
No witnesses. Also, Spigs would like to, as this whole battle's been going on, attach the other end of the snake rope, metal snake rope, to his body.
Yep.
And then be commanding it to slowly retract back to it. When it was too
That
touchy.
would...
What's that?
believe that's a bonus action, so you can't do that yet.
All right, no.
Yep. Because of the time, it's been an hour 30 for this episode, where we will probably have to stop halfway through and either start a second episode now, unless everyone does not want to. But so we'll have to conclude this battle here for the moment. But first off, we cut back to the other guys at the back of the warehouse. You guys have been fighting, shooting, punching, kicking, throwing limbs and swinging swords. You hear, amongst this ruckus, some screams in the front of the building. We see Spigs holding his shotgun in slow motion, blasting this massive cone shot of shrapnel out of his scatter shot. It shreds through enemies and civilians alike. The teenage girl holding her communicator in her hand drops to the ground, bloody fingerprints on the screen. The old man clutching his chest, bleeding out on the floor. Spigs yelling as he's pulling the trigger. And that's where we'll leave the episode. Hey everyone, thank you for downloading the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing it with a friend, because I don't doubt at all that you have done so. Thank you for just, being a positive force in the world. Hopefully you are. And if you're not, well, then maybe start doing it on behalf of me. Thank you a million, guys, for recording this tonight. It was pretty fun. We'll pick that battle up, pick it back up, I should say, next time. And we have some more things to say.
Want to be exposed to our links? Go to our website at www.beyondthedice.com. Got all our old podcasts and random stuff and shirts and links. It's a good place to go. You should check it out.
Do you like to check out Instagram, scroll through, check what's out there? If you haven't already, you should jump on our Instagram at Beyond the Dice for some sick pictures.
Also, check out our Beyond the Dice Facebook page. You can get any news there and the release schedule.
Don't like washing as much as Little Moss? Well, then you can just buy new shirts at the store on our website. They have cool pictures of me on them, and I presume the others too, but I haven't explored that.
As in Trav.
Little Moss.
We need a Trav t-shirt.
Yeah, there is a secret Trav t-shirt. And you just have to purchase the right t-shirt, and then you get an unlock code that releases a t-shirt that's of Trav's face.
I'm going to be very disappointed if that's not true.
Well, you're just going to have to find out which
So
t-shirt
go to
it
our
is.
store to find out
Doesn't buy
more.
all of them.
If you would like to support the show, like Trav has said, you can head over to store.beyondthedice.com. But if you can't afford to spend your hard-earned cash on some sweet merch, we totally understand it. So that's fine. But you can support us for free by telling a friend about a show or sharing the show on a social media, on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or one of those sort of things. So feel free to do so. And in this dystopian future that we live in, please be safe out there.
Laters.
Okay, bye.
Catch you guys.
Bye now.
See ya.